At the starters for New Orleans. The backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. Davis and Smith together down low. And it's Evans in at the 3. And for the Spurs. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Now here is Davis. Smith with a screen on Leonard. Gordon for 3. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
Injury has always been the big concern when you talk about Eric Gordon, but if you're a team, you have to roll the dice on him just because he's such an explosive scorer when he's healthy.
Here's Smith. That's good from 17 feet away. Smith's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Pelicans. Parker outside. Kicks it out to Leonard. Passes it to Splitter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. That's a 2 from Parker. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Well, going back there at Gordon Clark, you said roll the dice, and roll the dice the Pelicans did, matching the Suns' max offer, Steve, to get him.
Well, you know, he's had a history of injuries, and so it made the decision from New Orleans a little more difficult. And if you're Phoenix, you look back on it now and you think, well, maybe it's a good thing New Orleans matched, because Gordon missed most of last season in New Orleans.
Well, you know, Eric Gordon, when he's healthy, is really an explosive and efficient scorer. He's able to spread the floor with his three-point shooting, and he is relentless in attacking the rim for hoops when he's healthy.
First one falls for him. And Gordon standing just 6'3", but with his powerful frame, he's able to power his way often to the rim.
Yeah, he's so good using his strength to get inside and draw contact to get to the line and finish plays in which he's been fouled.
Gordon hits both of them. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Green against Gordon. There's the feed to Parker. Stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Misses from short range.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
15 seconds.
Duncan against Davis. Duncan kicks to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown, Evans with some nice D. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to speak momentarily with Monty Williams. I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake, and with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Now here's Evans, following the miss by Tony Parker. Gordon dishes to Smith. Duncan with the block.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Leonard the pass to Parker, looking to end the drought. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Parker.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Evans dishes to Davis. Outside Holiday. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Gordon for 3. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Spurs have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Parker kicks to Leonard. Look from Green. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off an accurate shot in one quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Green passes to Duncan. It's deflected. And stolen by Gordon. Outside Holiday. Back to Gordon. And that's Evans penetrating. On the wing, Gordon unloads. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for New Orleans.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And that one's good. Duncan.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. And the layup's good off the glass. Davis has got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Green against Gordon. Green dishes to Splitter. It's taken away by Smith. Left side, Gordon. Outside, Holiday. Gordon with it. Shot clock at 6. It's Evans on the wing. Evans, right side. Great tee that time from Green. The Spurs have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Leonard, the pass to Splitter. And here is Parker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And the rejection by Smith. But he gets it back, and he gets it to go. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Holiday against Parker. And Holiday, here we go. Here's Smith. Can't hit. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Parker outside, inside. Splitter kicks to Parker. Dishes to Splitter. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know what I love about Tim Duncan is that early in his career, he was so dominant on the block at both ends of the floor. And as his career has gone on and he's taken on a little bit lesser role with the Spurs, it's never bothered him. He's just accepted whatever role Greg Popovich asked of him. And now he's still a very effective player, but the Spurs have become more of a perimeter type team, and that's just fine with him.
And he can't get the first one. Steve, you're talking about Tim Duncan accepting a changing role as time goes on. And, you know, what can be a challenge, you think, Clark, for a guy like that when he has to grow into different positions over the course of his career?
Well, for Tim Duncan, I don't think it was hard at all because it's all about winning for him. It's not about the numbers. As long as he contributes to winning, then that makes him happy. So he adjusted, but it wasn't a big deal for him.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
You know, there were high hopes for New Orleans last season, but after a slow start and injuries, they quickly fell out of the race. And you look back at the young players they played, and you can see why they struggled, but perhaps down the road it might serve them well.
Now here's Evans. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Ginobili off a pick from Duncan. It's Ginobili with the drive. Poke loose. Stolen by Evans. Outside Gordon. Anderson kicks to Holiday. He dishes it to Steamsma. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. And the Pelicans lead by 2. As you said, Clark, with New Orleans, they got a chance to look at a lot of different players and figure some things out. Steve, with some of the early injuries, they found that Vasquez could be a tremendous point guard for them.
And then what they do, they went ahead and traded him to Sacramento, Kevin. But look, I like the direction that they decided to go with. I mean, they used the Vasquez as an asset. They added Tyreek Evans, Drew Holiday. They have some good young talent on that roster now.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for the Pelicans. They're Rivers against Ginobili. Here's Leonard. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Rivers dishes to Anderson. That's good. Now it's a 4-point Pelican lead.
Great assist there. Led him to the perfect spot.
Ginobili outside. Right side, Leonard. There's the triple. Aminu grabs the miss.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Holiday off a pick from Steamsman. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Parker. Rivers against Leonard. Rivers passes to Holiday. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Ginobili off a pick from Diaw. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And so it's San Antonio with it. 4-point game. It's Parker with the drive. Launches it. And Bellinelli is good for 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Now here's Rivers. Bellinelli is covering. Ginobili against Rivers. Nice D from Ginobili. San Antonio's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Here's Parker. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Spurs lead by 1.
That finish brings me back to the old days. The silky smooth finger roll.
Pass to Aminu. Feeds it to Holiday. To the middle. Here's Anderson. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Crisp pass into the paint.
The Spurs have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And Bellinelli kicks to Bonner. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Steamsma. And here comes Rivers. Looking for his first basket still in this one. To the inside. Here's Holiday and Parker with the block.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
He feeds it to Bellinelli. Uncovered. The offensive rebound.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
Here's Rivers. Outside Holiday. Pass to Rivers. 4 on the shot clock. Holiday inside the line. No luck. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Bellinelli off the pick from Bonner. And Bellinelli kicks to Diaw. He used that pick to get in close.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. It's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Coach Popovich was fined last season for sitting out his top players in a nationally televised matchup against the Heat. I certainly understand the league's posture there, and it was a lot said about it. Yet, for a veteran team like the Spurs with championship aspirations, I understand resting key players during the course of the regular season.
Anderson outside. Holiday off a pick from Steamsman. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And back to that fine for Popovich, $250,000. Steve, that'll leave a dent.
Yeah, no doubt. But, you know, Popovich enjoys tweaking the league at times. This was clearly an effort to do that. But, look, I think it's good for him to actually, you know, kind of let the league know every once in a while that if you're going to give us that kind of schedule with my older team, I'm going to sit them down once in a while.
No good on the free throw. And he can't hit the second.
Drew Holiday established himself as an elite player in a breakout year. When the team decided to move Iguodala, they were looking for a leader, and their young point guard stepped right into that role.
And the Spurs scoring again.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Pelicans trail by 3. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Kicks it to Steamsma. Aminu dishes to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Right side Holiday. Sinks the 15-footer. And for Drew Holiday, with the departure of Iguodala and Lou Williams, the ball was in his hands a lot more last season. Of course, as we know, he made his first All-Star game appearance.
Well, he really produced, Kevin. He upped his scoring, almost doubled his assists, received a lot of votes for most improved. And you mentioned the All-Star game. I mean, he's just 23 years old, so it's got to feel good for Philadelphia to have their point guard of the future.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Holiday's got his second bucket of the game to go. Now here's Parker. Parker off the pick from Diaw. Blocked. Now here is Holiday. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Holiday's got 7. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. New Orleans on top. They lead by a bucket. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Pretty good start defensively. This club forced some mistakes and took advantage, and that's how they've built this lead.
And they've built the lead because not only have they forced turnovers, but they've taken care of the ball themselves. So that's a winning combination.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis is out there with Aminu, and it's Rivers in at the point guard position. Green with the ball. Al-Farouq Aminu covering. Outside, Green. Now Bellinelli. Down to 5 on the shot clock. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. San Antonio making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Pelicans shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Outside Gordon. He kicks it to Davis. Evans passes to Gordon. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. Back to Evans. There's the 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Evans has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Bellinelli. Ball's knocked loose. The pass to Duncan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
One thing I think that's helped extend Tim Duncan's peak effectiveness, you know, he was dealing with knee issues recently, but he committed to losing weight and slimmed down by over 25 pounds to take away some of that wear and tear on his joints. And you know, over the last couple of seasons, it certainly seems to have revitalized him.
And Clark, you mentioned Duncan slimming down. Steve, I guess he did it swimming in the offseason.
Well, you know, he was a swimmer growing up in the Virgin Islands.
Right.
That was his first sport before he picked up basketball. And I think you can see how it's impacted his strength and his ability to engage that core and really last through these long NBA seasons. He's slimmed down, but he's stayed strong. And I think swimming has played a big role there.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
And And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
The free throw drops for Rivers.
Well, you know, last season wasn't the fast start that Austin Rivers would have liked for his career. He came out shooting very poorly and really showed he has a long way to go in terms of being a consistent offensive threat. But from what I've heard about Rivers and his work ethic and his hunger to get better, he's going to be much improved come next season.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And for Rivers, the 10th overall pick last season, of course, the son of Coach Doc Rivers. He's certainly a guy, Steve, who's passionate about the game of basketball and certainly grew up around the NBA.
Well, you find a lot of optimism about his future because of that passion, because he's so young. His rookie season did not go well, but you know Austin will be in the gym dedicated to get things going in the right direction.
New Orleans in the lead. Gordon kicks to Rivers. There's the dish to Evans. Gordon, the pass to Rivers. Just 5 on the clock. Evans. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Duncan with a screen on Davis. It's taken away by Smith. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Spurs coach Greg Popovich throughout his career has seemed to strike a good balance between getting along with his players but also being demanding. Pop said, quote, "I'd say the guy I've been toughest on, and he's come through it all, is Tony Parker. He's listened to me and believed in what I told him, even when he was angry at me. He trusted me, and I'll always appreciate that." And Kevin, it's a partnership that's yielded a lot of success over the years.
They've become a terrific tandem. Thanks, Doris. Green against Gordon. Bellinelli off the pick from Splitter. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got the game tied up here for San Antonio.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Now here's Rivers. Outside Gordon. Clock at 6. A three-pointer is right on target. Gordon's got 7.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Well, that's 3 of the last 5 makes, having been behind the three-point line. So, got to make some adjustments defensively.
Leonard against Evans. Passes it to Bellinelli. The Spurs rebound. Splitter. Excellent defense there from Smith.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Rivers dishes to Davis. Smith kicks to Gordon. Rebound San Antonio. Leonard's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Green. And there's the feed to Bellinelli. Misses off the right iron.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Rivers passes to Evans. Davis setting the pick for Evans. Gordon for 3. Green with the block. And he gets it back. Gordon dishes to Evans. Launches it. And another 3 for New Orleans.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Spurs trail by 6. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Here's Gordon after the made shot from Bellinelli. Gordon kicks to Davis. Dishes to Smith. Pass to Rivers. Takes the three. And the shot is good. Rivers has got 5 points now this quarter.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, and the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it.
Now here's Evans after the miss from Tim Duncan. Gordon with it. 7 points in the game. Outside, Davis. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. Some solid defense from Thiago Splitter. Spurs trail by 7. To the wing right side. Here's Green. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Boy, this is a neat story, guys. Danny Green was undrafted out of North Carolina. And another nice find for perhaps the best organization in all of sports, the San Antonio Spurs. He's an excellent three-point shooter, over 40% from three-point range for his career. He helps that team spread the floor, and that energizes their high-powered offense.
And Green, nice versatility, too. Not just an outside shooter.
No, he's an excellent defensive player. In fact, Greg Popovich calls upon him to often guard the opponent's best wing player. So for Green, a two-way player, a guy who can get it done at both ends of the floor.
He hits the second from the line.
Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. And I like the new look uniforms, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. He also urged them to drive the lane aggressively on offense, saying they won't be able to handle us if we can get bodies to the basket each and every time down the court. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the Pelicans.
I don't know. My personal favorite was the Rougarou, Kevin. I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than Mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go.
A nice shot by Anderson.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now, here's Green. Parker passes to Green. Poked away. Parker dishes to Green. Back to Parker. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
Remains Pelicans ball.
Steamsma checked in for Jason Smith.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Substitution on the court.
New Orleans leading by 10. Gordon kicks to Evans. Holiday up top. To the paint. Here's Steamsma. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And the Pelicans lead by 12.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Steamsma pass to Gordon. Blocked, but they recover it. Evans dishes to Holiday. Evans kicks to Steamsma. That's good. Steamsma's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, they've really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose caroms, stacking up second chance buckets and big piles.
And those hustle points, Clark, I mean, that's just another reason why they've got the lead here.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Spurs trail by 12. Leonard off the pick from Diaw. Out to Parker. Ginobili against Evans. Ginobili outside. 6 to shoot. Rejected by Steamsma. And here's Holiday. 9 points in the game so far. He dishes it to Gordon. Back to Holiday. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by the Spurs.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And Ginobili, here we go.
You know, you look at Ginobili, and he's slender and doesn't scream athleticism, but he is nimble, and nobody in the league is more of a contortionist going to the basket than Manu.
Yeah, he just brings so much speed and athleticism to the table, and that comes across more than anywhere else in the transition game.
Well, in the solo transition game, Steve, he loves taking it rack to rack, and like you said, he's got the speed to do it.
And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, they're getting to the line an awful lot in this quarter, and it's not an accident. They've been very aggressive.
Yeah, it's been very intentional. I mean, they've picked up the aggression, and it could get him out of this hole.
Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Tyreek Evans. He's perfect from the line this time. Now here is Holiday. Feeds it to Gordon. Rejected by Ginobili. Spurs trail by 10. The amount of Ginobili Clark, as you mentioned, an unconventional driver. Left-hander that throws guys off.
Yeah, it's kind of a herky-jerky type maneuver, but, you know, it's that sidestep. We call it the Euro step. It might as well be called the Manu step these days. James Harden copied it from Ginobili, but it's so hard to stay in front of him.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Fades back. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 11 points. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the center. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
The Spurs would end up as the second seed in the West and were right in the hunt for being the top seed for the majority of last season. But one reason they fell short was that they just weren't as good as they needed to be during in-conference games.
.151 left to play here in the half. Gordon against Ginobili. He feeds it to Parker. Bonner passes to Parker. Shot clock at 5. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Going back to the Spurs, they did well against the West, but Steve didn't come close to matching the win totals of every other top team in the West.
Yeah, they would end the season with a 33-19 conference record, which, you know, is pretty good, but still only 5th best in the West. It shows you how strong the Western Conference was a year ago, particularly at the top.
And the first one at the line is good.
Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him, good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
And Parker drops them both. Think about how great Parker's been. We forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted and bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career.
There were a lot of questions as to whether Anderson would be as effective coming off the bench as he was as a starter, but he showed that no matter how he's used, he can come in and hit from deep. And
he makes the first. And for the Pelicans, a nice front court rotation with Anderson, Lopez, and Anthony Davis. And you get offense and, Steve, defense.
Yeah, still young, all on very reasonable contracts. The Pelicans have gotten a lot of phone calls about Ryan Anderson, no question. He is coveted around the league, but they consider him a key piece of this young roster, particularly putting him around Anthony Davis to keep defense off of him.
Well, this season, a new mascot, new team colors, and a brand new state-of-the-art 50,000 square foot practice facility for the Pelicans. It's not just a new paint job, folks. This is a franchise doing some exciting stuff.
Pelicans leading by 7. Holiday dishes to Gordon. Holiday, a screen on Ginobili. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Clark, you mentioned the new colors for the Pelicans. No longer the purple, teal, and gold of the Hornets, but blue, gold, and red from the city flag of New Orleans. Steve, looks pretty good.
It does look good. And remember the other connections. I mean, the blue is featured on the Louisiana state flag. Gold, Mardi Gras color, of course. You know, and then you think about the connection to the plumage of the brown pelican, which I've studied for years. And then, of course, red. I mean, the red represents... I have no idea what red represents.
That's good. 13 points for Drew Holiday.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Ginobili kicks to Parker. Parker off the pick from Leonard. Back to Ginobili. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Holiday. No luck. And so we wrap up the first half. Pelicans lead by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Coach, you're going to have to climb a bit of a hill here in the second half. What are you telling your guys they need to do to turn this thing around?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and we've got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you at the table.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And now let's dive right into the halftime report on 2K Sports. A strong first half for the Pelicans. They've been putting a lot of defensive pressure on the other team, taking care of the rock offensively. Fundamental basketball, both sides of the court. Drew Holiday, the top scorer. He has 13 points and is up to his usual tricks, dropping a lot of dimes all over the court. And for the Spurs, they're still gutting it out. They've held tough defensively. Great rim protection, too, when you look at all the blocks. Tim Duncan playing with confidence. He's up to 9 points, and his two-way play has been good. Very active on the defensive side of the floor, bothering shots and bringing that energy all over the court. And back to AT&T Center we go. The third quarter just about to start.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we get back to San Antonio, we take a look at the impressive Tower of the Americas. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
Well, when he gets to the rim, I mean, you know he's going to score. That's just the way it is. And he's been getting there a lot so far today.
And, Steve, he's been operating at extremely close range. The D has to do a much better job of protecting the basket the rest of the way.
Spurs trail by 7. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter. And it's Parker in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5. Duncan can't hit. New Orleans gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Holiday sets the pick for Davis. Smith with a screen on Green. Shot by Evans. Another shot. And the layup good by Smith. Smith's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Pelicans. Spurs shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Parker outside. Pass to Duncan. And Davis sends it back. They get it back. New Orleans leading by 9. Gordon, the pass to Holiday. Back to Gordon. Kicks it to Evans. Just 5 to shoot. Stripped it away. In transition, here comes San Antonio, and that one's good. Green's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Gordon off a pick from Smith. Gordon goes in. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Thiago Splitter has done in San Antonio, really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
The free throw drops for Gordon. And Splitter taken 28th by the Spurs way back in the 2007 draft, but they had to wait 3 seasons, Clark, for him to come over from Spain. And as Greg Popovich was saying just this past season, he's finally showing what he can do because he's been healthy.
Yeah, agreed, Kevin, and I think it was a wait worth making,
yes,
quite honestly. I mean, one of the premier backup centers in the NBA the last 3 seasons, and he earned himself a nice payday with his new contract, too.
Now here's Parker. 8 points for him. To the paint. Outside Leonard. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does. Out left to the wing. Parker with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Yep, it goes in. The Pelican lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Tony Parker. New Orleans has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Now here's Gordon. 8 points for him. With some arc, and the layup is up and in. Gordon's got 10 points in the game.
Looks like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
And Parker, here we go. Another one falls for San Antonio. Pelicans leading by 6. Outside Holiday. Gordon dishes to Smith. Kicks it out to Gordon. Just 4 to shoot. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists in the game. Parker outside. Green up on top. Back to Parker. Parker left side. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Holiday sets the pick for Davis. Smith with a screen on Parker. Gordon with it. Out guarded by Splitter. 5 to shoot. Holiday against Green. Holiday gets the bucket. And it's an 11-point New Orleans lead. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Monty Williams address his team. Back to fundamentals. That's what he told them. Specifically, he'd like to see them implement the pick and roll as often as possible. The next message he had for them was that they should be attacking the basket on offense. He felt very strongly that the defense they're up against is vulnerable down low. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Pelicans leading by 11.
Well, I think this is one of the more amazing stats in sports when you think about it. No matter the season or the roster, the Spurs just seem to find ways to win 50 games. They've done it 14 straight seasons now, which is off the charts.
And good on the basket. Book it. Green's got 4 points now in the quarter. New Orleans has gone 6 of 10 from 3-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. And And Holiday, here we go. It's stolen by Green. He kicks it to Duncan. Leonard on the wing. Green with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. There's the pass to Parker. Clock at 6. Outside Leonard. Shoots from the high post. Pelicans with the rebound. Holiday's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Clark, as you said, the Spurs last season hitting 50 wins for the 14th consecutive season. By the way, that's an NBA record. Second closest were the Lakers with 12 straight, Steve, from 79 to 91.
Yeah, 58 wins last season for San Antonio. Greg Popovich calls it corporate knowledge, just the consistency that comes with the experience of the group. And they've been together so long, particularly that core, that I think it allows the Spurs to really kind of cruise at times during the regular season.
Here's Green after Tyreke Evans has scored. Green kicks to Leonard. Here's Duncan. The 17-footer goes down. Duncan's got 11.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Holiday, the pass to Evans. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for New Orleans.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work. Another season and another drop in the numbers from Tyreke Evans, including his minutes. But if you look at his percentages, he's the most efficient scoring of his career so far. A lot has been said about him slumping since his historic 25-5 rookie season, but fans should be encouraged by how he played.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. San Antonio with the ball, down by 12. And for Tyreke Evans, a player who's had the ball in his hands his whole life, it's had to, be a tough adjustment, learning to play off the ball.
Yeah, I think that's been the big challenge. And he's not a great shooter, so players who are used to handling the ball and don't shoot particularly well, now all of a sudden it's a really big adjustment trying to figure out that new position.
And here's Evans following the 3 from Bellinelli. They get it back. Davis with the bucket.
A top-notch offensive rebounder. Clark, it seems like he's always around the ball.
Yeah, it sure does, Steve. One of those guys you've got to find when the shot goes up. Get your body on him or he'll embarrass you.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick in 2012. An interesting note here, guys. He and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist were the first college teammates ever to be selected with the first and second picks of the draft. Bet you guys didn't know that.
Gotta love it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. Got a piece of it, and that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. And Clark, you mentioned the 2012 draft. Also, when you look at Davis and MKG and then Bradley Beal, also the first time that 3 college freshmen, Steve, went 1, 2, and 3.
And not to mention all 3 players coming from the SEC.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, strange, but a lot of promise from that draft. A lot of good talent, and I think it bodes well for the league going forward.
Here's Bellinelli. 10 points for him. 4 on the clock. Ginobili outside. Shoots it up. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Holiday dishes to Rivers. Passes it to Davis. Davis gets the screen from Rivers. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Parker. The shot by Holiday, no good. It's Parker with the drive. Good D by Holiday.
Tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Now here's Rivers. He has 5. Anderson kicks to Holiday. Puts it up. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Holiday's got 17.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Bellinelli passes to Parker. Diaw, the screen. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 8 points for him.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Guys, every season it seems the Southwest is loaded with teams that can contend, and last year was no different. Through it all, however, the Spurs were able to separate themselves from the pack and take the division once again with a 12-4 division record.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He thinks the use of ball screens against this defense would make a huge difference, and that's what he relayed to his players. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half, and Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thanks again, Doris. Now here's Rivers. 5 points in the game. Here's Evans, rejected by Ginobili. Here's Aminu. Second shot opportunity, and there's the layup. Count the bucket from Ryan Anderson. Anderson's got 9.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Here's Bellinelli. He's got 10. Back to Parker. Over to the left wing. Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. And for the Spurs, that is now 3 consecutive seasons where they have won the division. Steve, actually the 6th time since the inception of the division that they have finished at the top.
And even with Dallas falling off a little bit, the division was pretty tough, Kevin, with Memphis and Houston coming on strong. Well, for a while there, it had been a...
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Now, here's Diaw. D right on him. Back to Parker. That is good. Parker's got 6 in the quarter.
There you go. This is the time to get aggressive. Get to the basket, draw fouls, stop the clock, try to complete a comeback.
Rivers dishes to Evans. Holiday against Parker. And Anderson kicks to Aminu. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 15.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Parker outside. There's the dish to Duncan. Aminu grabs the miss.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Evans kicks to Holiday. Back to Evans. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Marco Bellinelli picks one.
You look at Tyreke Evans, and he has the physical tools to excel at all facets of the game, but one habit that he can get into which holds him back is that sometimes he can get caught watching the play instead of being part of it.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. First one falls for him. And for Evans, so used to playing, Steve, with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, but the best slashers also can make those dive cuts without the ball on the weak side. And I think that's where Evans can possibly find some easy points playing that position.
And both free throws good for Evans.
San Antonio needs to do a better job guarding against Evans.
15 points. And he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
You know, you survey other point guards in the league and ask them who their toughest assignment is, and a lot of them will tell you it's Tony Parker. I mean, his ability to weave in and out at the speed he does just drives would-be defenders mad over the course of 4 quarters. Parker is always in attack mode.
That free throw missing. And Clark, you mentioned the penetration ability of Tony Parker. He really has become the focal point of the Spurs drive and kick offense, Steve. So fun to watch.
Yeah, you talk about his speed and quickness, but it's really all about the overall skill level, the ability to finish it in the lane, the knockdown jump shooting, the free throw shooting also improved. But it's incredible how well-rounded Parker has become.
Is he the fastest point guard, you think, in the NBA?
I would say yes.
Evans kicks to Aminu. Now the feed to Anderson. It's stolen by Duncan. Manu Ginobili on the wing. He's covered by Aminu. Ginobili kicks to Parker. To the paint. Here's Bellinelli, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Bellinelli's got 12 in the game.
Nice touch near the hoop.
Outside Holiday. Inside, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Now Ginobili. The fader. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. New Orleans on top, up by 15. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Parker.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assist like the one we just saw.
New Orleans leading by 15, so the Pelican 5 right now. The forwards, Aminu and Davis. Manning the backcourt, it's Rivers and Gordon. And it's Smith in at the 5 spot. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte, to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
First free throw is good. Well, Clark, and I really didn't know you knew this much about birds, but the brown pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill. So a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
Well, I'm happy it was something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name, the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense, guys.
Splitter, that's good.
Good job of spotting his teammate near the basket and zipping the pass right in there.
Here's Rivers. Dishes it to Aminu. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 6. Rivers passes to Davis. And Aminu kicks to Rivers. From 17 feet out, it's blocked by Duncan. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Ginobili kicks to Duncan. Floats one up. Ginobili misses.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Rivers sets the pick for Smith. Outside Gordon. Back to Smith. Clock at 6. On the money from 12 feet away. Smith's got 4 this quarter.
He had no problem knocking down that shot. And a little more damage inflicted on another defensive lapse.
Leonard kicks to Splitter. Pass to Ginobili. He dishes it to Duncan. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint. Checking out the game Tim Duncan is having. 13 points and 2 rejections. You know, as tremendous as his stats are, what I've liked most is just the effort he's put into this game.
Yeah, it's really been something, Clark. The energy that he's brought. He's worked his tail off at the offensive end, and first guy back defensively as well.
Feeds it to Gordon. Pass to Rivers. That's good.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Here's Duncan, and another basket for San Antonio.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
And it's Gordon penetrating, and that one's good. And the Pelicans lead by 16.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
Splitter kicks to Ginobili. He feeds it to Duncan. Outside Leonard. Left side Leonard. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Rivers dishes to Davis. Kicks to Rivers. Outside Gordon. It's hauled in by Duncan. Duncan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Green with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Out to Duncan. Ginobili the pass to Duncan. Banked in off the glass. Duncan's got 7 points here in this quarter. And so here is New Orleans. 17 points was their biggest margin. Rivers kicks to Davis. Rivers a screen on Duncan. Gordon off a pick from Smith. The drive by Gordon. He kicks it to Aminu. Pocket 2. Here's Rivers. And that one hits back iron.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Duncan can't hit. Pelicans leading by 14. Rivers kicks to Davis. And the pass to Rivers. Leonard against Gordon. Smith. Rebounded by the Spurs. Duncan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Ginobili dishes to Splitter. Passes it to Duncan. Aminu grabs the miss. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Out to the wing. Puts up a 3. And he knocks it down. Good looking 3 there from Rivers. And the Pelicans lead by 17. The Spurs have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Duncan, the pass to Splitter. The drive by Green, and he gets the bucket.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, thank you. Monty Williams had some words for his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Gordon kicks to Holiday. Back to Gordon. It's Evans on the wing. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. It's Parker with the drive. Duncan dishes to Green. And another basket for San Antonio.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Pelicans leading by 13. Here's Gordon. Soft touch off the glass. Gordon's got 4 this quarter.
Well, here we go again. An open path to the hoop, an easy 2 points. Where is the defense?
Parker passes to Duncan. Lets it go from 14. Second shot opportunity. Holiday with the block. Evans kicks to Holiday. In low to Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 6 points for Anthony Davis.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Splitter with the ball. Out to Duncan. Out to the wing. Look from Green. And that's collected by Drew Holiday. Holiday's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The dish to Gordon. The 17-footer. No good. Great D that time from Green. Spurs trail by 17. Parker with it. Now Smith defending. Parker dishes to Green. Back to Parker. Parker right side. The feed now to Splitter. Stolen by Evans. And Holiday kicks to Evans. Leonard with the steal. Dishes to Splitter. Green, the pass to Splitter. Feeds to Parker. Holiday with the block. But they recover it. That's good.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Pelicans leading by 15. And he gets it to go. Holiday's got 19 points. San Antonio with the ball. Parker outside. Pass to Green. Back to Parker. Wide open look. Parker with another miss. New Orleans has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Evans dishes to Gordon. Holiday against Parker. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Offensive rebound.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Green up on top. Lets it go. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Gordon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He dishes it to Holiday. Evans goes in. Smith with it. Now guarded by Splitter. Shot clock at 6. Smith kicks to Holiday. And Parker comes with the help. Evans passes to Holiday. Got a piece of it. Davis dishes to Evans. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. 17 points for Tyreke Evans.
Not really the shot they were looking for, but still they got it to go.
Spurs trail by 19. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, they were getting tired out there. A quick timeout gives them an opportunity to catch their breath.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Duncan gets the screen from Splitter. And that one's good. Parker.
Well, his body control is what I notice. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play. Even with a defender draped all over him, he's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And he also is incredibly adept at running the pick and roll. He almost always makes things happen when he instigates that play.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
Pass to Leonard, top of the key, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter. Pelicans leading by 17. Outside, Davis. Back to Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Clock at 6. Evans kicks to Smith. Rejected by Splitter.
And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Pelicans.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And if you had to pick one player who would maybe take over everyone else in terms of picking up his game, it was, I think, that kind of a night for Holiday. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Evans with it. Leonard picks him up. There's the double team with Ginobili. San Antonio with the ball. And San Antonio shooting fairly well in the fourth, around 48%. Parker off the pick from Splitter. The shot by Ginobili. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gordon kicks to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Back to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. And the Pelicans lead by 15.
Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated at all. They were the aggressors.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Tyreek, what was the focus on strategy for this team coming into tonight's game?
Playing hard, we had a meeting today as a team, and we just wanted to come in here and play hard with energy. That's where it starts from, and we did a great job that tonight.
Tyreek, thank you. Kevin, amazing what can happen when you play hard.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Drew Holiday.